The #1 watched real estate and mortgage show on Corolla, California. My name is Ted Hicks. It's always a pleasure to introduce my co-hosts for the day, Craig Yace and Scott Benson. What's going on, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
It is going good. It's going great, as a matter of fact.
Awesome.
Well, it's really sunny in Vegas today, I think, right?
Oh, you notice I'm wearing shades, I guess.
I did notice that. Yeah, they're quite sparkly.
And the reason why, Scott, the reason why, Craig, is my future's bright. Why is the future bright? Because real estate and loans have picked up in Nevada. We are starting to see market movement. We're starting to see action. Las Vegas has actually started to get off the pot, if you will, and see some trend on the upward movement. So, guys, my future's bright. I had to wear shades to start to show you guys I'm excited about where we're at with real estate and mortgages. Can't say it. My future's bright.
All right, I love it. I love it. That's great.
So
I thought we were going to learn that you were Pitbull.
You know what? I could. Jason Statham, Pitbull, every sexy, totally Savalas, you name it. I could stunt double for all of them. Depending on what stage they are at their life, too. I can do the buff guy. I can do the fat guy. At one point, I can do the skinny guy. At one point, I can do the guy with hair. So it depends on where you want to start and where you want to end.
Right.
You weren't ready for that, were you?
I was just commenting on the glasses, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to keep you guys on your toes because if I don't, nobody will. So that's what you get with the Real Estate Mortgage Insiders. You get a minute and a half of fun, laughs, and surprises, all because I put on some sunglasses. Again, my future's bright. So before we dive into the #1 show that everybody's anxiously awaiting, we have to talk about, we have to get our teasers out there for our best segment of the day. Now, one of us emceed a rodeo.
All right.
One of us almost drowned trying to save somebody that was drowning. Very common, by the way.
Very common.
Very common. The last person, sister's a badass. This person's sister de-knifed a guy named Harley who subsequently rode a Harley.
Oh, my gosh.
Go figure. It's like Harley squared.
Harley
Was his
squared.
name Harley squared? So anyways, that's your teasers, guys. Now let's dive into Corona, California. What is going on in the hidden little secret, the Irvine East, if you will? What's going on in Corona?
Well, just like you, our future is bright. It's like a week or two, I guess 2 weeks ago, it just, turned a curve, right? Put an offer on a house that was $600,000. There were 21 offers, including ours.
Oh.
Another one at 700, 10 offers on that one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy. So we've
Did you get either one of them?
Still waiting for the response on the 10 offers.
Got it. Well,
but I got to tell you, here, let me check something out. We've got more houses hitting the market, but they're getting snatched up right away. We've got 137 homes on the market right now. What do we have last week? 120? Or was it 140?
No. It was down to 120. It was down to 120. So you're up. You're up about what is that? 15%?
17.
15%?
Oh,
Yeah.
percentage-wise, yeah, I don't know.
So, Craig, you do a balance between representing both sellers and buyers. So you're not necessarily a seller's agent, not necessarily a buyer. But with all these new listings popping on, is it part of your strategy?
Back. Excuse me.
Yes, go back. Told you not to do this talk with Scott. he had no response because whatever he had to do, he had to go. So I get him the team before he leaves.
That was funny.
Thanks, man.
I think we'll have to flip that, right?
Yeah. That's my time, guys. I'll see you next week. 5 minutes of laugh and we're done. So are you able to land some of these listings, or are you trying to land them? Because it seems to me if they're flying off the shelf, let's be on the seller side and get those listings.
Yeah, that's my, well, I do have a good buyer that I'm working with right now who writes super offers. And so as far as a buyer goes, how can you win right now? You just got to write a fast closing, remove contingencies, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, getting sellers would be the way to go right now for sure.
Yeah. It's interesting because, we did our show in Miami this morning, and she's like, same thing. It's buyer's market. No. We've been done with that. That doesn't exist. It seems to me, and I brought this up earlier, it seems to me that everybody's kind of now accepted this is the new norm where the rates are going to be, and time to go shop. It's all getting better. Everybody's on the fence saw that the market's going the direction they thought it wasn't going to go, where houses are still going up and they're losing out, and they should have bought when they could have 3 months ago when we were talking about it. Now it's even harder.
There's Altos Research does a thing they call the Market Action Index, and it shows whether we're in a buyer's market or a seller's market, and it's putting us in a strong seller's market right now. In fact, we never got into a buyer's market. I mean, I know some people thought that we did, but we never really did. When you look at inventory, because inventory, 6 months worth of inventory that's a buyer's market, but we never had more than 2 or 3 months, so still a good seller's market. But now we're in a strong seller's market, and we're seeing that it's going up, man. It's crazy.
Good. I'm
looking to see how many homes. Prices are going up. Everything's going up, and was it 2 months ago? I had somebody I was talking about who said, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait until the interest rates go down. I had somebody else say, I'm going to wait until the market goes down. Once again, we missed it.
Exactly. And that's why we have our show. That's why we put this information out there. So hopefully somebody can catch these things and learn and take advantage of the opportunities while they're there. Yep. And, we said this in the very beginning, it's always a good time to buy. It really is. It's always a good time to buy. And I know, Scott, on all seriousness, you're dealing with something. If you need to bounce, Craig and I got this. So if you got to go handle something, go for it. No problem.
I probably will, because I don't want to keep coming in and out. So good seeing you, Craig, as always. And you know what? Wild man with sunglasses. It's good to see you. All right, dude.
See you in a bit.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
Right, see you, man.
I should hit him with a taco ziner one more time as he leaves. So he can't respond. In all seriousness, he's dealing with an electrician. They have some issues at their house they're dealing with, trying to fix some electricity issues. So that's what he's dealing with. So hey, I was going to ask you. My son went to Lake Arrowhead last weekend with a classmate, and they got some real nice properties over there. It looked like they have a rental property, as a matter of fact, Airbnb. Mm-hmm. And I was curious because that's not that far, but I mean, it is. It's not like it's in your jurisdiction where you're going to go show houses every day, but is it about 90 minutes from you, or how far is it from you?
Yeah, it's about that hour to an hour and a half, depending on how high up the mountain you're going.
Got it. And would that be, I'm assuming the answer is no, because I know when I was in real estate, I didn't want to work in, let's say, hour and a half away from my house, but because that would be, in fact, when I was in Sacramento, that would have been Tahoe. And I certainly wasn't taking listings or showing properties up there, but for the right value buyer, I would have. Mm-hmm. Do you ever take listings over there for? I mean, some of them are $1 million to $3 million on beautiful homes. Is that out of your jurisdiction?
I have. I was showing a family out there a few years ago, and we were going, but it was taking a lot of my time. So I ended up connecting with a good agent in the area. So we would just do a referral.
Yeah, I mean, that probably makes the most sense at that point, because you want to give the best service to your client too. And
absolutely,
that can get really tedious. Is that a good area to look at for rentals?
For rentals, yeah, they've got a strong. I've got a friend who's got a rental property up there, and man, he's very happy with that purchase.
Wow, interesting. Is it short-term rental, long-term rental? What is it?
Short-term.
And so let me understand this market, because when my son was there was still snow. Mm-hmm. And yet they were fishing. Now, I don't know Lake Arrowhead. I know nothing about it. So I just thought you'd be a good opportunity to talk about for investors. So is Lake Arrowhead, are you taking motorboats out there? Is it, I mean, you water skiing, or what are we doing on Lake Arrowhead?
So Lake Arrowhead, I think, is a smaller lake. I don't know much about it, but just above that is Big Bear.
Oh,
so you've got many options. There's Lake Arrowhead. You're going to have, like you said, some $1 million homes. Big Bear has got some normal priced homes, and then some $1 million homes as you get closer to the lake. But I don't think there's a whole lot of activity. I don't remember ever water skiing there. I think it's really just a fishing.
Got it.
Putting around.
That's a nice family environment. If you wanted to be low key and not have boats, all the waves and all the wakes coming over and rolling you over, it'd be a good place to take your family out and paddle around, paddle boards maybe, fishing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You mentioned Big Bear. I didn't realize Big Bear was over there. Big Bear's where they have a lot of fighter camps, I believe, for like boxers, UFC guys. They go up there to the higher elevation.
Really?
I think Oscar de la Hoya or somebody used to have a training camp up there. I know Tito Ortiz bought property up there and had a training facility up there. I mean, I'm really the mixed martial arts, so
Yeah, you know more about it than I do.
Maybe I should be a realtor in Big Bear. No kidding.
Maybe you should. Come on.
So
man.
very, very cool. So I was gonna talk to you about Ted's Tech Tip of the Day. Another exciting thing to share with you, and I'm excited because I know you're coming on over and start using the platform with us. So I'm going to show you Ted's Tech Tip of the Day. That is hard to say.
Yeah, it is.
It's really hard to say. And
you can really botch that too.
Well, I did.
Well,
you should really say you really botched that too. Not you really could. You really botched it, and I did botch it.
I just mean you could throw out words that you really don't want to be saying on a live stream. A family show.
That's true. This is a family show. And by the way, I like your family pictures behind you.
Thank you.
I don't know. Are those?
You got to see this.
Tell me. Show me.
Oh, you won't be able to see it really. Can you see that hair?
Oh my gosh! Look at that.
Look at that hair there. That's mine.
I'm more interested in looking at the woman you talking to marrying you. Forget Craig Yace. That's your beautiful wife?
Yeah.
Oh, love it, man.
Yep.
Craig, if you learn anything about me, man, family is my bloodline. It's what drives me, what motivates me. So seeing that means everything. So very nice picture, my friend.
Thank you.
All right. So let's go to Ted's Tech Tip of the Day. I might have to put my glasses back on for this too, because it is bright. Let me see here. Make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Okay. All right, Craig, you may have seen, because I know you follow all my social media posts, you may be seeing every Monday the credit tip of the week. And I think I showed us on how to build a credit tip on one of our shows. We went through Canva and we did a mass import and kind of showed you how to do that. Now, what I'm not sure I don't remember sharing is our social media planner and how easy it is to post social media. So if I showed it, you know what? I'm going to show it again because it's so motivating to me to share these things. So
good.
What I have is our 6 Sigma systems, and we have a real estate and mortgage platform. And built into it, we have a social planner. Now, we can post directly live right now, which I'm going to do, create a new post. And what I like about it is you pre-integrate all your social media platforms. So for me, for Real Estate Mortgage Insiders, we have our Google My Business profile, we have Instagram, and we have our Facebook. And normally, if I had to go post to those each individual outlets itself, it takes time. Time is our resource. And the more efficient we can be with it, the better. So I have pre-populated in here all of our social media that we have. Now, we could add TikTok, we can add LinkedIn, we can add other platforms that are out there. But these are the top 3 that I use personally, okay? So I select the group I want to post to. And what's getting left off here? Hold on. I need to reconnect my Facebook. That's because I changed my password. So let me do that real quick. Okay. And when I change it, I actually clicked on one of those phishing things and almost got hacked.
Oh, no.
Okay. So now all 3 are there. All right. So that's selected. Now I went ahead and created a flyer. I have it stored in here. And it's steps to finance in a house. Now, my internet slogans are streaming right now. Normally this would be lightning quick. All right. So that goes into there. And then you just type what you want to type, right? Find out the steps to getting a home loan. Watch the real estate. Spell that right? Man, I'm horrible. Mortgage Insider going to go back and use the show to find out more. Worst type ever. I'll just do this. I have Grammarly in there, so it helps me with my lack of ability to type. Now, the other thing I could do, Craig, is I could go to Content AI, which is ChatGPT built in, and I could say more about home loans. And then a description. Take these steps to prepare for home financing. Right? Hit my Grammarly, get rid of that. See, technology helps you, though. You have these little things built into there to help you. Now, keywords: home loans, real estate. I swear I need glasses. Mortgages.
You know what I've noticed about ChatGPT?
What's that?
It has a problem with grammar too. Have you ever seen that? Where
It's very, you can tell if you don't edit it, it can have very detectable nuances to it. All right, so what did it come up with? Excited to learn more about home loans. Take these steps, get prepared for. See, what I didn't like about this, it didn't give me the steps. It just said, take these steps. And that's where I think I need to do a better job educating on what to say. But with that being said, you hit copy, and it copies the content over to here. And then you hit continue, and then post. And post now, or I can schedule it. So I'm going to post it. And now that just posted to all 3 accounts right now as we're live.
Wow, that's awesome.
Now, the other thing is, Craig, you can go schedule. So open planner. And as you see here, I have these all scheduled out. And then it goes into other months. So let's go to, credit tips. All these are scheduled out already to go. Let's see. Edit. Pay off outstanding debts. Pay off outstanding debts as soon as possible. Reduce your debt to income ratio. I mean, common sense stuff, but common sense isn't common.
Yeah.
And then you can even look at what we did previously. So there's some recent posts. I did this morning on the earlier show. Preview link. It's a little motivation thing I posted up. All right. But I mean, I like it. A couple things I like about it. One is if you create a new post, and let's say the content doesn't work for the site you're going to do. Let me give you an example. Cake loan thing that Scott made. Okay. This is what it looks like in Facebook. This is what's going to look like in Instagram. This is Google My Business. So when you make your content, if you're going to share it across 3 different platforms, you want to make sure you're using the right format to do it. This one looks stretched out a little bit. This one's got the black walls. I mean, not horrible. You can get away with it, but better if you build your content consistently within the parameters to share across all platforms, because I don't want to have to redo this more than once. Right. Coming soon, we'll be able to put reels and stories from here as well. So right now you're posting just to the wall, but we can do video, hashtags, tags, the whole thing inside here. Again, all about saving time and being efficient. I mean, super easy to do. So again, 6 Sigma Systems, real estate and mortgage platform. We'll be showing more and more tips with this tool. It's a tool that we use. And Craig, we're excited to get you on board with it as well.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, no, it's going to happen the next couple of weeks. So let me see, stop sharing. And that's Ted's tech tip of the day.
Awesome. You did it.
I need some water after that, man. That was rough. So tell me, do we have anything, any neighborhoods, any niches, any little things that you want to talk about today?
No, I mean, we've covered a lot of Corona.
Burned through it. You burned through it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. Where I bought my first house, there's a bell-shaped curve to everything, right? So we talked about South Corona, and my focus was to buy a house in South Corona. Okay. I knew that if I went farther down the 15, I could get a bigger house. It would cost less or the same as the smaller house in South Corona. But, in a slow market, it takes longer to sell because it's farther away from where people work. And, it was totally off my radar because I wanted to focus on the top of the bell. Get a house that in any market was going to be able to sell,
Sure.
and
makes sense.
that's a hot tip that a lot of people don't think about. What do they call that? A pro tip, right? Always think about when you sell the house. As you're buying a house, you got to think about when you go to sell it, are there power lines behind it? That's going to affect the sale. Is it up against a busy street? Is it farther away from industry? So anyway, I did not focus on that, but I'll tell you what, we ended up buying the house down in this community called Wild Rose, and it ended up being we just loved living there. It's far enough away from, the main freeways that we didn't have any homelessness, no gangs, not that there's gangs, like Corona's pretty vanilla, but we didn't have to worry about theft or, if there was theft, it was probably your neighbor's kid, right? And it turned out to be a fantastic place to live. So I'd say down in, they're calling it Temescal Valley now, but Wild Rose, Montecito Ranch, those are great places to live. So there's my highlight.
There it is right there. Well, that's good. It's, again, you have people that we never heard of Corona. We've never been there. And if I was to move there, I'd want to know where am I looking at? Give me the inside scoop on where to look. And that's where having that experience, and really, this is it. You said when we started, my niche is Corona, California. Mm-hmm. And I am the foremost expert in Corona. You're not going to find somebody who knows it better than me. And so you didn't say all that. I'm ad-libbing, but it shows. But it shows. It shows in our show, and I've learned a tremendous amount about it. Shoot. Beep. Yeah. Where's the edit button? I would consider living there if I was to move to California. Now, I won't move to California because I've lived there all my life, and I'm out. I'm out. But that's a different story.
I got you.
But if I did move back, I certainly would look at Corona because of the stuff you taught us. So
awesome.
It's interesting. I really enjoyed learning about it. I did not know anything about it. I didn't know where it was. I thought every time I heard Corona, I would think Corona Del Mar.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, dang, Craig, you live by San Diego, you live by the beach? That's all I would think in my head,
So we had a pastor that lived in Corona Del Mar. You know what Del Mar means, right?
Tell me.
I think it's of the sea, right? Corona of the sea, the crown of the sea.
Crown of the sea.
So he was being planted, we call it. So, he was sent out from another church to plant a church here in Corona. Mm-hmm. And he says, I moved from Corona Del Mar to Corona No Mar. But, it's 30, 40 minutes away. You can still get there.
So how far are you from San Diego?
Hour and 45 minutes-ish, depending on what part you're going to. I'll be going there tomorrow, actually. Oh,
is there a back way from where you're at versus where Scott? Because when Scott go up like the 405, what would you go to get there?
I'd take the 15 out to the 8, probably. I think 15 to the 8 to the. Well, it'll drop you off in all kinds of places.
Yeah.
But, honestly, I really don't know. I just turn on Google Maps and
just go.
Just tell me where to go. It's so funny with this technology. I used to know everybody's phone number. Every one of my friends, family, I knew their number up here. I know my wife's phone number now. And that's about it, man. It's so crazy.
Yeah, no, it is. You're absolutely right about that. It's one thing we've taught our kids is to know our number, because it's like, shoot, I barely know my number. Yeah. It's funny. I was just reminiscing. You ever watch Carson?
Johnny Carson? It's been a long time. Yeah. Well, he's not on anymore, but yeah.
Well, we're the same demographic. But do you remember when he used to do the freeway bit? We had this big. You'd have the board with a thing and a little mustache.
I don't remember.
Okay, I'll show you next time. But it was funny because he can give directions in LA. Yeah, you take 15 to 5 to 5, and all these different freeways in a row. But maybe I'm a little bit older. How old are you, Craig?
55.
Are you really?
Yep.
I thought you were in your 40s. So then you're doing good, Craig.
Oh, thanks, man. Lotions.
So, okay. So we're in the same. I'm going to be 50 this year. And I'm trying to slow that calendar down as fast, hard as possible. I'm like, whoa, baby, whoa. It's not helping though. It's speeding up on me.
You've got young kids too, so they'll keep you young.
Yeah, there you go. Or age me, one of the two.
Oh yeah. Get my age, and then they will start aging you.
Oh man, no, it's a challenge. I mean, they don't care how old I am, and so every morning, so I get up really early to start working, and I do that for a number of reasons, but probably the best reason is it's just quiet, and I get a lot of focused work done. Mm-hmm. And I come down to my desk, and I'm right now. If I was to turn this thing around, and I left this office I'm in, and back in my house, I'm looking forward. I see my living room on the other side of me, my dining room, and to the right is a spiral staircase that goes up. And then right at the top, there's kind of that foyer landing, and it goes into the master bedroom to the left, and then the rest of the house to the right. Okay. Every morning, probably between 6:30 to 7, I think it's usually my daughter that will start first, and she'll yell at me to come get her. So I got to go up the stairs, carry her down. My daughter's 4, so 45, 50 pounds.
Yeah.
And then sometimes my 2-year-old, who's only 5 pounds less than her because he's a brute, also wakes up. And now I got to carry both of them down the stairs.
Yeah.
Now, Craig, at 55, I don't know if you're like me, but I'm aching and sore and walking slower in the morning. Every day I'm getting a little bit slower.
Yeah.
And carrying 2 kids of 90 pounds down the stairs on a spiral staircase when you're aching and tired, probably not.
At least you've got a balanced workout. Right, you've got.
Right. I mean, I don't want to show you. I mean, I wore the sleeve. I'm not going to show you. But it keeps you strong. It keeps you. You got you got to stay fit to have these young kids, Craig.
Yeah. When I had my first, this is so funny. I started working out with a trainer, and I'm right-handed, and this was back. It was a long time ago. She's 33, so. I'm working out and I'm like, why is my left hand or left arm stronger than my right? I don't understand that. And he goes, well, you've got a kid, right? I go, yeah. This is how long ago this was. He goes, well, you're holding her in your left arm and you're writing checks, or you're doing things with your opening doors. You're doing all that stuff. So your left arm gets a workout all day long. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
People don't realize, well, first of all, there's a thing called parent strength, and it's a real thing because holding a kid static for a long time.
Yeah.
I tell you, like when we go to places like Disneyland and all that, I dread it because at a certain point they're going to get tired and they're going to go, Daddy, up. And what are you going to do?
Yeah. Put them on your back.
No, I just say, you know what? I'll get you an Uber. So, anywho, let's wrap it up. Let's go back to our 3 things that we do at the beginning of the show that everybody's excited to hear about. So, number 1, we'll reveal who almost drowned, and that would be Scott.
Yes.
And I don't know the. We'll have him share with us on our next show, but thankfully he didn't drown. He's still with us and part of the Real Estate Mortgage Insider team.
His stories seem to revolve around water.
Yeah, there's definitely a trend to that.
And he lives off the beach, so that
he gives himself away every time.
You what?
He gives himself away every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Scott, we know you live by the beach, dude. Come on.
Yeah, surfing.
Yeah. And by the way, I've been there with him how many times? I've never seen a surfboard. I'm just saying.
Right.
He's got the little garage, still got the wrapping paper on it. It's not even come out yet. All right. So I'll go next. I'm the one that emceed a rodeo. Now, not just any rodeo. It was a bus rodeo. So my stepdad used to work for Regional Transit in Sacramento, and he was a supervisor and got into all these bus competitions. And essentially, you'd have the bus drivers. They come out and they flex. Who can drive the best through the cones? Who can stop the closest to the cone? Who can not, backing up? All these agility tests you could see done in buses. And so I got to be the guy on the mic, and it's probably where I got some of my public speaking abilities is through doing stuff like that.
How old were you?
45. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No,
it was last week.
Yeah, it was actually last weekend, Craig. No, I think it was probably in my early 20s. It was before I DJ'd.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I was in my early 20s, kind of in college, kind of doing that stuff. So
Nice.
yeah, tell us about your fight with triple Harley or double Harley.
Yeah. So I don't even know why he came after me. He was probably drunk or high or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he came after me, and I was like, oh no, I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover, And I wasn't going to love this. I mean,
Yeah.
Anyway. So he comes after me, and my sister happened to be there, and she sees a knife on his belt, and she grabs the knife as he's going by her. He didn't even know.
Wow.
I jumped out a bathroom window and got away from him.
Jeez.
Had to wait till he cooled down, but
wow.
Anyway,
Did you know this Harley guy?
I sort of knew him. I'd met him a few times. Really talented tattoo artist, by the way. But yeah. So I think he thought he was dating my baby mama. There's a big story there. We don't have time to go into it.
And was this last week also, or was it?
That was last week. Yeah. 30 some odd years ago.
Craig, if we need to put somebody, we have a thing called Put Them in Lake Mead. I think I talked about this on our previous shows, right?
No.
Okay, so last year when we had this huge water deficit, all these barrels started popping up with cement in them. Yeah.
What was in them?
Cement.
Okay, that's what I thought you said.
So when we chop up the body and you put cement in them, they sink to the bottom.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, no, Vegas was formed by the mob. This is real stuff.
Yeah.
And so they found all these barrels. I mean, imagine you're backing your boat up to go out and go around Lake Mead. What's that barrel doing over there? And they started finding like a lot of them last year.
Oh,
I mean, a lot of them. Isn't that crazy?
So crazy.
Yeah. So don't mess with Craig Yace because we'll put you in a barrel. I'm just saying.
Put you in Lake Mead or the train station. You ever watch?
Yeah, we know the train station.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't watch this season though. You know what? I kind of wear out, and it was just funny. There was another show I liked that I just turned on that I don't know if I'm going to even finish it. Can't remember the name of it, but no, I was this season good. I didn't finish this season yet.
I don't know what season we're in because I just started watching it recently.
Oh, okay, a great show though.
I think we're caught up, but yeah, I love it. It's taken some twists and turns.
Oh no, it's fun. It's fun. So, all right, man. Hey, great show. 32 minutes into it.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna wrap this up. So I don't have his ziner today. I don't. Well, actually, come here. Come here. So this is Aiden.
Hey, Aiden. I have an Aiden too.
Do you really?
My youngest.
And he's my youngest too. Show him the guns. Yeah. Show your muscles. Aiden, show your muscles.
Muscle man.
Show your muscles. Yeah, he's showing them. All right. For Craig Yace, I'm Daddy. There's my son. Have a good week, everybody.
Thanks, man. See ya.